Do you know why Samson became a Nazirite? What's the reason behind his birth? Well, let's find out in today's episode. And we see this in Judges chapter 13. And an angel of the Lord appeared to the woman, and behold, she was barren. That means that this woman had no children. She was not able to conceive. But an angel of the Lord appeared to her and said to her, "Do not be afraid. Indeed, you shall conceive and bear a son, and you shall call his name Samson. I will grant him the strength of eating locusts, and for 40 days he shall be given the power of the Almighty." So this is the first thing. This is the angelic announcement. And it's very interesting because it was an angel of the Lord who appeared to this woman, to Manoah's wife, who was barren, and announced to her that she would conceive and bear a son. And the angel gives a name, Samson, which means son, but it also means strong, powerful. And the angel says, "I will grant him the strength of eating locusts, and for 40 days he shall be given the power of the Almighty." What an amazing announcement, but it needs some explanation. Why is this going to happen? And so she goes to tell her husband all that has happened. Now, when I read this passage, I see 4 things that stand out to me. Number 1, it tells me about an angelic announcement. Angelic beings were active in those days, and they still are. They still appear to people. But we need to be sensitive to discern what they're saying, because sometimes they can speak in ways that are beyond our understanding. Number 2, it tells me about a divine purpose. Look at verse 5. "And Manoah prayed and said, O Lord, I implore you, let your word come to pass which by your messenger has been spoken to us, and may Israel be delivered from the hands of the Philistines." So Manoah realized there was a divine purpose behind Samson's birth. He wasn't just going to be any ordinary baby. No, he was destined to be a deliverer for Israel. In fact, the angel calls him a Nazirite, which means separated, set apart for God. And the angel says, "From the time he is born, he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines." Verse 7, "So Manoah and his wife conceived and bore a son, and called his name Samson." Interesting to note, the angel doesn't say if or when, but simply says when he is born. From the moment he is born, his destiny starts to unfold. This is a holy calling. It doesn't matter when he is born. What matters is that he is born with a destiny, born for a purpose, born to be a deliverer. Number 3, it tells me about a barren mother. His mom could not have children, and so when she heard this angelic announcement, she didn't doubt the promise, but she doubted her ability to get pregnant. I believe her inability to have children must have haunted her for a long time, and maybe she felt like this is God's way of testing me. But the angel came and gave her a solution. This is God's way of blessing you. And that's the third thing I want you to notice. This is a God who specializes in impossible situations. Here is a woman whose womb was dead. She couldn't have children. And now an angel comes and says, "I am going to bring life into your womb." This is a God who brings life where there was death, who brings light where there was darkness, who brings hope where there was none. He specializes in impossibilities. And she didn't just have one child, she had a son. And that son was not just an ordinary baby. No, he was a mighty man of valor. Number 4, it tells me about Nazirite restrictions. Notice what the angel said in verse 4. "When he is born, he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. Now I have told his mother that he shall drink no wine nor eat any unclean thing, and he shall never cut his hair." So there were some restrictions placed upon Samson. He was not to drink wine. He was not to eat unclean food, and he was not to cut his hair. These were 3 things that set him apart. And they point to something bigger, which is the fact that he was set apart for God. You know, it's easy for us to look at Samson and poke fun at him, to make jokes about him, to mock him, because we know how his story ended. But do you realize that this was a man of God? He was a Nazirite. And Nazirites were forbidden to drink wine, forbidden to eat unclean food, and they could not shave their heads. Samson was called by God. He was chosen by God. And I think that we can learn from his life and we can apply it to ours. If God can use a man like Samson, how much more can he use you and me? Are you ready to be used by God? Are you ready to be an answer to somebody's prayer? Are you ready to be a blessing to others? Well, if you are, Then let's live lives that honor God, that bring Him glory, and that show the world the difference that Jesus makes. Well, that's it for today. We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please subscribe and leave a comment below on what you would like to hear next. Until next time, remember, Jesus loves you.